I don't feel nervous. I feel like I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I quite like that. But I think it could sound really nice. I'd like it to sound, sound nice, obviously. I'm going to start with trying to work with some field recordings. So I've got a few that I've selected, but I'm not sure which I'm going to use yet. And I'm going to use my light interface, which uses light to kind of manipulate those field recordings. And then some parts of the interface are connected to my little modular system. You can kind of coax melody out of it and maybe some rhythm, but we'll see what happens. Hello, I'm Leafcutter John, and I'm going against the clock for fact. Right, let's have a look at the... I've got a few field recordings and see. Whoa, piercing birds from Hackney. Oh, this is an improvisation, like a kind of, this is a vibrator on a cymbal. I like it.
So good.
Oh no, that's on a drum. I'm going to try that one, I think. Keep them there. Right. 1 minute wasted. Let's have a go. Put the birds in. We've still got 36 seconds left. Should I do another one? I think that there were some really good bits in it. It felt like, well, I was improvising, so it felt like the system that I'd made beforehand did some stuff that I wasn't expecting, and it took me a little while to think comfortable thoughts about that rather than panicking. What's really nice about working with a computer, I think, is bringing in these kind of outside elements so that you get a bit of chance. This light interface is a grid of 16 light sensors, and it's actually quite basic. They just sense how bright each sensor is, how much light is falling. It was built by me, and it's a very achievable thing. It's not too complicated to do it, and it sends that information as MIDI into my Max patch. These bottom rows of sensors can manipulate the field recordings that I put in at the beginning, so you get this kind of can be really subtle with it. The way that this particular patch set up is it looks for a tempo on this one. So if we give it a tempo, now it's like there's a bit of a kind of kick and bass thing which are linked to that. I'm going to turn that off. And then like the sort of synthesized sort of ringy stringy sound. This is the tempo. And then how bright this is kind of how fast those notes are. In relation to the tempo. So if you get it going, you can control the sound in the modular of what. And then you can change the content of the notes of that little thing by using another light. And if you've like flashed the lights, then it builds a kind of scale which has got variation in it. So it sounds a bit more like this. So it's non-repeating. I thought it would be nice to develop something specifically for this challenge, and I thought it'd be really quick, but it wasn't. It took ages, and it's still not quite behaving itself, but maybe that's quite a positive thing. They're all really different, and they've all got different battery levels, so like a dim one is going to be much more subtle. This one's got really wide beam. This disco light, you can see the little bits of light hitting the sensors. You might be able to, get it to play a melody at the right angle, maybe. So it's nice because like it just gives you stuff all the time, and you can just decide whether that's interesting for you or not. Yeah, I mean, I play my music on it. For the set, I like to have like elements that are quite kind of free, and quite often I've got music that I'm playing, so it'll sort of funnel into something that's much more controlled, and it might be playing back elements of an album track or something. Like I like people to come and have a look at it and have a go on it. I did a kids show in Gateshead about 2 months ago, and it was literally 30 kids descended on it after the show, and it was like about 40 minutes of them just like, yeah, and me just like learning new techniques the whole time.